Look alive! I forgot to click myself in. How about that? Good start for a Friday show. We're back. We're back. We were back Wednesday night. We were back not last night. So we're trying to get a little more on the screen here. I mean, happy NFL Divisional Eve, everyone. Football's winding down. This is sad. It's okay though. Tonight we're going to be talking about with football ending, we continue to keep going with our show. We don't stop at football. Um, we love football, but we love hockey and we love golf and we love baseball and basketball. When March Madness comes around, we have our own spin on things. NBA, you can probably go somewhere else. We do mention it from here to there. We do a little segment called 5 minutes of NBA talk. So you know we've got that, but there's all kinds of sports happening all the time. Um, but we've got some stuff picked out tonight that we are going to discuss. I've got my little trusty hop water right here, and I'm currently watching the Polynesian Bowl on the NFL Network between Mackay and Malka, uh, which Mackay is winning right now. So there's still football on. If you want it, you can get it. Oh, what's up, B. McCormick? He's back. Always back. So the first thing we're going to talk about, we put this graphic up Wednesday the other day. Now, this is a 30-minute show. So, boom, 30-minute show. That's it. When it hits 30 minutes, I'm done. If we don't get to 30 minutes, fine, whatever. But I've got a whole bunch of stuff lined up that we're just going to get after. So we've got the divisional round, obviously, always back. That's right, B. McCormick. Divisional round, obviously, starting tomorrow at 4:30. We've got Chiefs, Texans. All kinds of ridiculous stats about that. You've got Mahomes pretty much unblemished versus the Texans, who have never won a divisional round game. They're 0-6 on the road. Never won a divisional round, and I think they've never won a road playoff game. So two dynamic forces meeting. And then you've got the upstart Commanders tomorrow versus the once heavily favored Lions, who have lost all their defense, so now they just blitz every play. They get David Montgomery back. Can Jared Goff win? Can Jaden Daniels play? This and that. And then Sunday, we've got two snow games, it seems. See, B. McCormick, I don't know, dude. The Chiefs have not played since Christmas. So, but I guess you could count that as a super bye for Andy Reid. And you don't like playing Andy Reid off of bye, period. That's just facts. So, get 5 TDs. What are you talking about, man? Now, golf, too. I didn't even have this pinned out. But for golf, our guys, those of you tuning in, right? For golf, I have some golf news in here, but not the main golf news. As most of you know who listen to the show, who have listened to the show, we have the opportunity during golf season of interviewing PGA professionals. We are PGA credentialed. And two of our guys right now that we have interviewed, who are great guys, awesome interviews, great people, friends of the show, I would say, Mark Hubbard and Justin Lauer, are currently, I believe, 1-2 or 2-3 in the Amex Championship. So if one of those guys wins, we might have to get him back on for a victory speech. So we've got Hubbs and Lauer, our two guys. If you have not checked out those shows, they're on every single one. They're on our podcast, or if you want to go watch the videos, they're on our YouTube. They're on our Rumble. They're on, I've got them pinned and highlighted on our Twitter profile. So you can go find those episodes with Lauer and Hubbs anywhere you want. And we've interviewed Andrew Novak, and we're going to try to get a couple more and this coming golf season. And we're going to try to get to an event or two with our credentials. So, but that's big golf news right off the bat. Didn't have that picked out of the bookmarks, but yes, Hubbs, dude. Hubbs is a great guy. Hubbs is one of a kind, man. He's a showman. That's what that TGL is missing. Get Hubbard in there immediately. Looks like we're going to have snow game. We're going to have snow game here. And everybody's piling on the Matt Stafford snow game stats. And then, of course, the Eagles with Jared Verse talking that chatter, saying that he hates Philly fans, which is hilarious. And that's the last thing you want to do if you're going into Philly. That's what Saquon said. So we've got a little bit of rivalry going there. I love it. That's gassed up. You haven't really seen much chatter between the Chiefs and the Texans. Maybe my Twitter feed, the algorithm isn't quite what it needs to be to see that. Or the Commanders or the Lions. I think the Commanders might just be happy to be there. I don't know. I don't know what their fans are saying. I do know one Commanders fan. He's pretty jacked up. And then we've got the Lions, who obviously probably a little shaky, but that's okay. Wow. Malka just tied it up with Makai in the Polynesian Bowl. We got ourselves a ball game, folks. 2 minutes to go. So, and then obviously the nightcap, ladies and gentlemen. I mean, we went over this in depth on our last podcast. So if you're just tuning in, don't be afraid to go check out our podcast that just released. Go search anywhere you find your podcast. So, but yeah, so that's the divisional rounds tomorrow. I mean, it seems like forever because it's Saturday at 4:30. That stinks. That absolutely stinks. And that's a shame. That's a real shame. But that's okay. We got to find something to do between Saturday. You know, this gives you plenty of time in the day. This is a great round too. This is a good round. Divisional round, top notch divisional round. Because we've got the full slate. So you got, you know, once 4:30 rolls around, then you got football all the way until almost midnight. And then same thing with Sunday. And then Sunday night after this game, check us out. We got a Bills fan on our show. So it's the Redskins, not the Commander. Well, yeah, I mean, I think they're lobbying to get it back. So, but yeah. So Bills, Ravens cap it off. This is great. This is a good weekend of football. I mean, you've got, once the football starts, you've got football on for at least 8 to 10 hours each day, I think, or, you know, 8 to 10 hours each day, I think. So we'll see. But anyways, we did a full in-depth breakdown and all of us yelling at games and all that stuff. So go check out our latest podcast. Let's get this out of here for a second. Get that out of here. It is an excellent slate. You're exactly right, B. McCormick. Let's bring up to the table. Let's bring down to the table. Let's bring up to the map. Let's start talking about some of this. I just have some stuff bookmarked here. Number one, right out of the gate, Lamar Jackson ahead of his playoff matchup. When we're older, this is in reference when somebody asks him if he's friends with people in the offseason, right? When we're older, I guess he's talking about Josh Allen, on being linked with Josh Allen. There you go. When we're older, we'll probably laugh about it, but right now, it's serious. I ain't laughing with you, because he said, and I don't blame him. If you're old school, dude, you're old school. I like this. I like this from Lamar. Some people, let's get angry about it. There might be some stuff that gets me angry here in just a minute, but I got the glasses on. I got the Millie Goats hat on. I still wear the San Fran hat on Sundays. But when we're older, we'll probably laugh about it. But right now, seriously, because he said, you know, I'm not trying to hang out with people. You know, we're rivals, we're enemies. I mean, this game's going to be weird, folks. This game is going to be weird because you've got all the stats that both Lamar and Josh Allen have put up. There's a snow game. The last time these teams played, I was telling somebody this at work. I'm like, the Ravens, if they're smart, will stick to the game plan, which is see if they can stop Derrick Henry. That's the Bills like to play with 5 DBs on the field. They're sometimes considered a little small compared to the stature of the Ravens on offense. But but yeah. What's up, Best? You're a true master of the game and your stream really a superstar. I'd like to know your streaming schedule. Add to the Discord. Okay. Maybe later. We'll see. But yeah, so you've got will the Ravens stick to the game? Now, this is supposed to be a cold game. I think there's going to be some snow, but it's going to be freezing cold. But Lamar's passer rating, I think, is 109. In the cold. I can't remember what it was, but it's 109. And then here in a second, I'll show you Josh Allen's stat. But Lamar, not a guy that wants to be friends with people in the offseason. Maybe he's taking a shot at Josh Allen and Patrick Mahomes for playing golf all the time together, and he's kind of the lone wolf, which is awesome. I do respect that, man. Some people are like, oh, we can hang out, and he's like, no, I want to beat you. I'm not trying to. When we're done, we can be friends, which I get. Um, oh my gosh, that's gonna be on the top 10. That has got to make its way. Oh my gosh, check out the Polynesian Bowl. Oh my gosh, you heard it here first, folks. You heard it here first. The Polynesian Bowl with 2 minutes to go. With 2 minutes to go, there was a sick one-handed catch as the game's tied. That was absolutely ridiculous. Wow. Maybe I can find it before the show ends, before I cut this thing off. But anyways, Lamar Jackson, respect. Bills, Ravens, cold game. Will the Bills? Oh my gosh, that was unbelievable, ladies and gentlemen. I'm gonna have to find that for you guys. Will the Ravens stick to the game plan, which is just feed Derrick Henry, because that's where the Bills are weakest on defense? And will the Bills be able to throw the football in this cold, because that's where the Ravens stink? Another thing from the NFL. The NFL has opened KFC-inspired or NFL-inspired KFC restaurants with the Chiefs, the Steelers, and the 49ers. So to all the people on this show, I gotta find that Polynesian Bowl thing here once we get to the end. The 49ers, Chiefs, Steelers, in your faces, tied to KFC, finger licking good, South Park episode where Cartman just eats all the skin off the chicken. All my friends who are on the show, in your faces. I don't see a Cowboys one. I don't see a Bills one. I don't see a Vikings one. Now, I thought what they should do, the real team, I guess maybe the Vikings could have done Taco Bell, because I'm pretty sure they used to have KFCs and Taco Bells together. I don't get this move, but Colonel Sanders is in his bag, because anytime you can partner with an NFL team, that's pretty sweet. I don't even get why that's possible, but good for them. And then, oh man, this is tragic, guys. There's a little baseball here for we got a couple of baseball things. Bob Uecker, known for the Cleveland Indians and known for his role in Major League. Just an electric factory. Hold on. This was, I love this.
Right-handed batter. Here's the pitch. Oh, shit. We're in the top of the ninth.
Bob Uecker, rest in peace, dude. They were showing some of his wrestling stuff. That was pretty cool, too. He's, it's back when they used to be able to make movies, folks. You can't make movies now. All they do with movies now is they just make rerun. They take what somebody else has already done, and then they take what somebody else has already done, and then they just either make a sequel or they just redo it. It's pathetic. We need people to get back out there and start writing fresh material and give us some good movies again. There was never a run. I don't even know what the year was. It was in the 2000s, early 2000s, when we had Anchorman and we had Dodgeball and we had Wedding Crashers and we had Super Troopers and we had what's that one with Will Ferrell and Vince Vaughn, and when those guys were all in their heyday making those movies, Old School. We had it was incredible. We had movies like this with Bob Uecker in it, just ripping it up, and now it's just, let's just remake this one movie that somebody made a long time ago. All right, here we go. Here's the Bills stat. Want to know how good Josh Allen is when the temps get frigid? He's 14-2 when it goes below freezing. That is impressive. Now, this dude, he's a California guy, but he played at Wyoming. But 14-2 when it's below freezing, those are some nice numbers. So just tuck that away in your little tickler file there. Let's keep it in the NFL. I got it. That catch was unbelievable. I'll send that to you. DeCorian Moore, Polynesian Bowl. That was sick. I'll get to that at the end. We'll search for it. Mike McCarthy is the favorite to be the head coach of the Chicago Bears. Now, the Chicago Bears basically interviewed everybody to be their head coach. I think they had 20-something interviews. I mean, it was basically like speed dating. You're talking about interviewing 20 people. That just tells me they don't have a plan, right? Interviewing that many people, then they're like, see, look, we're doing our due diligence. And it's like, I don't know that you are. I think you just don't know what you're looking for, and you're waiting for somebody else to make the decision for you just by how they interview. So, I guess the top 2 candidates would be Ben Johnson and Mike McCarthy, and I'm hearing, I guess, Marcus Freeman. But, when you talk about interviewing 20 people, is it a good job? I don't know if it's a good job. The defense was good, but ever since Eberflus got fired, the defense was not that great. And then, Caleb Williams, say whatever you want to about the guy. I mean, you can show me how many interceptions he didn't throw all year. I don't care. I was not that impressed with him simply because they put the people that were talking about him first, or the experts that were talking about him, were telling us he's a rare talent. He's going to change the game, this and that, walking into the best situation ever. And he goes out there and can't throw for 150 yards. So I don't want to hear it. I'm not sold on him. So, but McCarthy's a Super Bowl winning coach. They flew him in on a private jet and he stayed overnight. I just think he wanted the dinner from the private jet. He probably, I mean, just like, hey, think about this now. People are getting recruited. College football players entering the transfer portal. I don't know if you've ever been recruited before, but it's a wild thing because they roll out the red carpet for you. I've been recruited a couple of, I had a few visits, and it's pretty cool. Like, and McCarthy's trying to get back in that game. He's watching all these college players in the NIL deal get their recruits. He's thinking, hey, they're going to send a private jet, take me out to a steak dinner. Yeah. Why not? Go ahead. Take the dinner. So, but interviewing 20 people, I don't know. Somebody put up a stat that was like, has Mike McCarthy been underrated? Because they had like identical stats to Mike Tomlin. So I don't know who the Bears are going to hire. I don't think it matters because everybody else in that division is really good. So, whatever. Then we get to Kyle Shanahan, a Super Bowl winning executive defends Kyle Shanahan from critics. And it goes on to do this long quote here about how coaches don't think any less of Kyle Shanahan. It's ludicrous to think that they would want to get rid of him. Andy Reid had these same criticisms early in his career, and now he's clearly in the conversation for best coach ever. Kyle Shanahan's career, he's lost a couple of Super Bowls. Do you know how hard it is to get to a Super Bowl? If you throw rocks at Kyle Shanahan and want him fired, he's going to have a job in 30 seconds. Reid, it was that he couldn't win the big one, and now he's on the verge of winning 3 in a row. Kyle is going to be coaching for a long time. He's going to have another chapter in his career where he's going for 3 Super Bowls in a row. See, that's the part. Going to win Saturday. Hey, man, let me show you something. Let me show you something right here for you. Right here, Brandon. The Commanders are a different team this season. Look at this. From 2023 to 2024, 4-12 wins, 19 points a game to 28 points per game. Giving up 30 to giving up 23, a full touchdown difference. 50 more yards per game. 60 more yards. That's a 100-yard swing from yards per game they got and yards per game they've given up. 100 yards. So, and then they cut their giveaways in half, which is huge. That's the biggest one. There you go, Jaden Daniels. McCarthy says, "Can I get an Andy Reid special?" That I'm telling you, man, McCarthy. I don't know why the Bears want him. I guess because of what he's done with quarterbacks. I guess he can simplify the quarterback room. But double weight, triple back. That's true, man. That is true. But back to this Shanahan thing, like, that's what I'm afraid of as a Niners fan. You can see my flag back there. People are like, "Oh my gosh, Shanahan, he's done, he's cooked, he can't win." I'm like, man, this dude's coached in Super Bowls. He's either really, really good or he's mediocre and bad. There's like no in between, which I kind of like because I don't want him to be the Steelers. I don't want to let's make the playoffs every year and lose the first round. When he is on and everything is clicking, he's a very good coach. and he does wonders with quarterbacks. And I think it got a little stale this year, but I think, it just sucks they missed the playoffs, but that's all right. Shanahan, he would get a job immediately. So I don't know what everybody's infatuation with that is, but anywho, we're going to move on from that to this right here. This is the world-renowned limbo queen, Shamika Campbell. Watch this. This is nuts. How do you even do that? How do you even do that? Carrying 6 streaks. What are we doing? That's nuts. See, this is why we do this show. That account's nuts. That's impressive. Good for you, Limbo Queen. Shout out you. Alex Ovechkin has scored against 179 different goalies in his career. The most goalies scored against in the NHL. That's insane. 179. I don't know how he's still doing it. Dude's on the Russian gas, obviously. But whatever. Doesn't matter. This Polynesian Bowl is out of control, guys. The other team's about to score. Detroit struggles against their defense is going to be in trouble, man. Jaden Daniels might have a field day. I couldn't. My knees would explode. But Alex Ovechkin is chasing the Gretzky record. So I think he's like 20 goals back or something, 20-some goals back. So, and the Caps are actually on a tear, I think. This was funny. This guy, okay. This is for you too, Brad.
Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Jared Goff. Hey guys, how are you?
He comes out of surgery.
Go Bull, baby.
And he's chanting for Jared Goff. Let's go, dude. Let's go. Good for you, kid. He might get something from the Lions there. This was Scary Terry anytime touch day. Brandon will like seeing that now. Here we go. Report. Quinn Ewers turned down $8 million NIL to go to the NFL. I think that's dumb. Hey, does that kid in the hospital bed scare you? He had surgery. He was chanting Jared Goff. Jared Goff. You just got to get pressure on Goff, man. That's if the Commanders if Washington wants to win that game, pressure Jared Goff. Got to do it. Quinn Ewers, idiot. Sorry. $8 million to go. He's not going to make that much money in his first year or two in the NFL. He might as well collect the $8 million. That's a bad financial decision, right? There's no way he's going to make $8 million. What is he going to get drafted? Second or third round? There's no way. Absolutely no. They better get after him. More hockey. 2025 Stadium Series jerseys are here. Columbus, absolute filth. Detroit, I like those too because look at the helmet. Look at the red stripe. Little creamy, off-white. Love that. Love it. Love that. That cannon on the front is spectacular and look at the state outline on the A, the sweaters there for the Columbus Blue Jackets. This is spectacular. Love the Stadium Series jerseys. Love hockey. Still football season, but we're trying to pepper this in there. Who should go? Wait, who should go? Oh, Quinn Ewers? Oh, yeah. Back-to-back Ewers to the sewer. All right, check this out, guys. Jameis Winston back. Here we go.
Go right now to get a pound. Jameis here. As you make your plans for the big game.
How can you not love Jameis?
Go right now to get a pound of free crab legs with the purchase of $250 or more.
Somebody's going to give this dude a
Fulton Fish Market, an official partner of SFC. So go now to fultonfishmarket.com/free crab.
Shout out Fulton Fish Market. Shout out Fulton Fish. Go get some crab legs. Good for you, Jameis. All right, we got 5 minutes before we shut this thing down. 30-minute hard stop. We'll get through as much as we can. Paul Feinbaum, noted complete jabroni, college football idiot. On the scheduling, hey, I'll take that. You are the Jameis Winston of the Game On chat. I believe that, B. McCormick. Paul Feinbaum on the scheduling of the Army-Navy game. I know I'm going to upset somebody, but the week of the Army-Navy game needs to be the playoffs. This is a wasted Saturday. You son of a gun. You un-American, unpatriotic, SEC trout sniffer loser. How dare you tell me that this weekend has been cucked by everything else? Leave the Army-Navy game alone. It needs its own opening. And somebody said move it to the beginning. I'm sorry. It just doesn't hit at the beginning. I need it to end the football season where everybody thinks it's done. And this loser, Paul Feinbaum, who says we need to get rid of it, how can you be the quote-unquote voice of college football and say that? You don't love college football if you don't want to watch Army-Navy on the last game of the year, you loser. Dude, I mean, what do you want, another SEC team that didn't make the championship? Shut up. It's embarrassing. Unbelievable. Leave the Army-Navy game where it is. Work around that game. Just leave it alone. Loser. Oh, yeah. Cam Newton is going viral because, one, he jumped on that helicopter from a boat and wouldn't jump on a football. But he also is going viral now for talking about how he used to have large sums of money that came in for playing football. And he's got 8 kids. And now he doesn't feel that way anymore. So that's garbage. I mean, I guess we're supposed to feel bad for him, and you got you almost got $200 million. What have you been doing with your money, man? Like, it's hard for me to sit up here and listen to somebody who got almost $200 million and feel bad for him. And people are like, that's heartbreaking. I'm like, I mean, I understand like how your kids view you. That's the part, but you got like $200 million from the NFL. Like, I'm sorry that you're having an issue, but you had $200 million and you had 8 kids. So I don't know if who's they're with or whatever. But it's hard for that to hit home, I guess, for me. So whatever, Cam, don't come after us. Do come after us on first and whatever it is, 1st and 4th and 1 or whatever it is. More golf. William Mao, one of the craziest PGA Tour app screenshots you'll ever see. He had, I think he had, look at his shot counter. He's up to 58, ladies and gentlemen, on this hole. Look at this. You're going to have to go back and look this up, but holy million, or holy moly, this dude shot like a 58 or a 16 or whatever it was. Outrageous. Just complete outrageous. George Kittle, hockey game. Chugs. Soon as he finishes the chug, Preds score. Hockey's awesome. See, you got to love hockey. Look at him chugging. Rip. One-timer from the bottom of the dot. Boom. Kittle gets the assist. Now, this was wild, ladies and gentlemen. More hockey. Guy was on the thumbnail. Alex Nedeljkovic was a Charlotte Checker. First goalie ever to have a goal and an assist in a game in NHL history. So he scores the goal and he gets the assist earlier in the game. First one in history. That's pretty awesome. Good for him. They signed him to a 2-year deal. He was good. I don't know why they let him go. Eagles, latest weather forecast, 3 to 5 inches of snow on Sunday, 32 at kickoff, 26 by the end of the game. Expected to reach 14 degrees, 10 mile an hour. It should be a great snow game. Chiefs, they're going to get Jalen Watson back. That should help them out against the Texans. He was a shutdown dude. We just went over the Washington Commanders. And the Lions last year set the decibel record, 134.3. Boom. See if they can break it this year. Sorry, Brandon. And then this was crazy. The Dodgers signed this one pitcher. What's his name? Roki Sasaki or whatever his name. I don't know. They signed somebody else. So the Dodgers are going to win the World Series again. Good for them. And then this was wild, ladies and gentlemen. Which home state takes the spotlight by divisional round? We have 4 quarterbacks from California, 2 in the AFC, 2 in the NFC. We have 3 from Texas and 1 from Florida. So the Southeast dominating. I guess not, it's tied. But it's 3 states. Crazy where they came from. That would be a crazy bet. Which California team? Which state makes it to the championship round, makes it the furthest as a quarterback. That'd be crazy. California, Texas, Florida. Anyways, it's 30 minutes. I told you we'd be done. So that's it. Yes. Do we get the Andy Reid mustache? All right, ladies and gentlemen, it's been 30 minutes. We will see you next time for the next installment. Thanks, B. McCormick, for tuning in for the next installment of the 30-minute show. Oh, I'm going to hit 31. No. I tried. Here's all of our socials. Go follow us. Check out the podcast out every day or out Mondays, Thursdays. And ladies and gentlemen, this has been the 30-minute sports show. I tried to do it. I just couldn't. 31 minutes. Tried to cut myself off. Where's my music? Where's our music? Where's our music? Play our music. There it is. See ya.